I'm Joker, and welcome to Nerdette's Newsstand.
Hello, everyone. That is my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I love making the intros. I think playing with different clips and all of that is super fun. But that's my favorite one I made so far because it's more comic booky. A lot of the times I use like the scenes from movies or this or that, and that one's real like right out of the comics. I love Five Finger Death Punch too. One time I reacted to one of their songs and did like a commentary over it, right? And the bassist posted something on his Facebook about me. I was so excited. It was like, like that one claim to fame you have. I'm like, someone famous said something nice about me. That and George Press. It's the only two nice people, are the only two famous people that's ever said anything nice to me. But yes. No, that's not actually Mark. That's a voice changer. I forget what the website is. But there's like a bunch of different ones. You can have like Joker, and then it goes like really random. You can have like Chills and YouTuber. It's such a cool site. But yes, no, that is not. It sounds great though, doesn't it? I love it. So let's take a look at the chat here. Let's see. Was Females Ghostbusters a harder movie to write than the original Ghostbusters? I have no idea. Hello. I was about to say good morning. Bleak. Oblique. There we go. Shelby, Robert, hello, Nick, and Cartoon in Comics, who has a channel. More recent channel. You guys should totally check them out. Been doing some good stuff about DC. Very interesting. Go to Joe, my favorite band, or Joe to Go. I said it backwards. Sorry, dyslexic moment. Five Finger Death Punch is definitely one of them. Black Veil Brides, Andy Black himself, Alice Cooper, Aerosmith. I have so many. But then you can go to stuff like even Imagine Dragons or The Muse. Like I love everything. Hello, Figure Drawing Encrypted. Hello, Monsterverse. Hello, No Nonsense and Everywhere Community in Sage. What I'm gonna do for this is actually hello, Nerdy Girl Creates. How are you tonight? I need to get you back on. Last time we had technical issues with the storm. I think it was a storm that happened. But anyways, need to get you back on. Hello, Reese and Hominus. I need Imagine Dragons. No, they have some good song. They really do. Like you gotta dig into the albums, but they've got some good songs. I'm not gonna lie, I cringed a little bit. Look at the Muse. I seen today they must be releasing some new music, and the song's called Compliant. I mean, you can probably guess where this is going. It's just a short with a few of the lyrics like teasing it. It's like, we won't be compliant to the government. It just was like, oh God, what happened? Like, come on, Muse. You're amazing. What happened here? What are we doing with our lives? Like, is that what you're singing about now? Like, okay, all right, sure. Anyways, so Hooded Justice, hello. Yeah, we need to prove we aren't the same person. What? That's hilarious. Yes, I need to get you back on. You're awesome. My birthday is in November, Shelby. Oh wait, you know what? I totally forgot about this cool new thing. I did it last time. We'll do some future pop. Check this out. I totally don't sound as boring now, right? Like maybe I'm more upbeat. Yeah, now I'm cool. Imagine Dragons represents the worst part. Oh, what? You like Nirvana? Nirvana. Okay, no. I'm just teasing. But yes. So how are we doing this? Have people email? No, actually, no. I haven't checked my email in a while. But no, what I'm gonna do? Hello, Thomas. What I am going to do is I'm assuming it works the same as StreamYards. Last time I did this, I used StreamYards, right? It's been a while. We used to do this more often. But what I'm going to do is put the link, and I'm sure we'll get a few trolls, and we'll just kick you. Remember, I'm doing disagreements only. A lot of times, last time I had people call in that just kind of wanted to talk, and I'm not being mean, but I do disagreements, and then community stream for that, right? So if anyone ever wants to do a community stream, I try to do it once a month. Just email me. Like, sometimes I'm like, I don't know who to bring on because, I don't know who's interested or not. Just email me. But I am going to get the link and I will, how do I do it? Just like I would be inviting somebody else. And then I will pin it here. I think it can be used more than once, I'm assuming. Let's see here. Did it come up? Oh, Monster, yeah, absolutely. I'll make sure you're on the next one. Did my link not come up? There we go. Pin message. Perfect. There we go. I'm the biggest Batboy fanboy and critic. No, I'm the biggest Batman fanboy, fangirl, fan person. I win. No, I'm just kidding. I totally get it. Gotta run at home. Have a good show. Thank you. Oh, okay. I'll check my email after the stream. Thank you so much, Carrie. Hope your mom's doing well. Yeah, so there we go. See you later. So the link's up. You guys can, if anyone wants to call in and talk, and if they have a disagreement, I know a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, disagreed with my take when it came to the whole situation with Ripa getting absolutely demolished by Amazing Lucas. But what I didn't know at that time, I knew he had debated Jody, but I hadn't paid attention, right? I'm not subscribed to Ripa, so I don't see it. But I did see a thing come up with Jody. So I talked to Jody. Jody's coming on the channel on Tuesday at noon. So my morning brew on Tuesday will be an hour later. So it'll run from noon to 2. But Jody will be on and we'll probably talk about that. We'll talk about the whole DC slate, right? There's a lot coming up. Like, so the Warner Discovery thing just went through, right? So there's a lot of setbacks. They're trying to kind of pad out what's going on and make it look like instead of having 4 movies in 1 year, they're trying to make it seem like like 2 movies a year, trying to pad it out. But with that, we'll probably talk about that too, because I haven't addressed that at all. If you guys haven't heard, unfortunately, Black Adam was moved. And then we had Black Adam moved from July to November. And then Shazam put on Christmas. And then Flash moved all the way to the back. I think it's next November. I could be wrong. You won the debate. No nonsense, won the debate. Nobody won. Hi, Bianca. And I think the last one is Aquaman, and I'm not sure when that is. I'd have to look to be exact, but they really stretched everything out. My biggest thing is like, I really just went Black Adam. I absolutely went Black Adam. So we got Hominous in here for a disagreement. How are you today, Hominous?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you doing?
I am doing good. What do you have a disagreement about?
You name it.
Oh no. I think you what was it that I disagreed with you on? I know it was something to do. So how do you feel about the Jody Ripa situation?
Oh, yeah. I saw that. And, I think that Ryan Kinnell did a poor choice of words. I mean,
we got.
What?
No. I tell Thomas.
Okay.
So, wait. Say that one more time.
Me?
Yeah.
I think that Ryan Kinnell did a poor choice of words.
So you don't think he's racist, is what you're saying? It's hard. Like, I get it, Ominous.
No. I think I need to see more evidence about that. I remember you doing a video about that last year about Ryan Kino.
Yeah, he was really upset that there was a trans person in The Last of Us Part 2, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And
Which is ridiculous. But yeah, Ryan, I don't follow, again, like same with I don't subscribe to these people because I used to. Like, and I've
yeah,
talked about this in my videos before. I had to get away from that
yeah,
constant
and I
negativity.
unsubscribed to them a long time ago. I mean, Geeks and
It
Gamers, Ryan Kino, Yellow
Yes,
Flash. I
it's
mean, those channels
depressing.
just become annoying. At the end, it was annoying for me.
Yeah, like I feel like if I'm subscribed to one, I've got every one of them covered, right? Like
Yeah.
it's all going to be the same thing. I don't know that I said the same thing. I don't know that Ryan was necessarily racist in his statement. What it felt like was he was extremely fragile in everything that he counts and he speaks out against. Like he literally made an argument for diversity and representation by complaining about not enough representation of white people. That was my issue. Like, dude, what?
Yeah, and I also commented on that. And I mean, who spends his time counting how many black and white people are in a movie?
I don't know. I don't know. That's so
It makes
weird.
no sense. I mean, he's also playing the identity politics.
Like, I don't understand it. I don't. You honestly think so? Just say some like normal family from, I don't know, Florida. Okay, people are crazy from Florida. But let's say like a normal state like New York. I know you're not from the States, but like,
Yeah.
do you think them going to see the Batman were like, haha, too many black people? No!
No, I don't think so.
How long do we have to talk? We'll do 10 minutes. How's that?
Yeah,
Shelby?
okay. No, I disagree in the point that he's a racist.
Okay, that's fair.
But
I
that's
think
what
I think the
that's where I disagree. I mean, I need to see him hanging someone from a tree, burning crosses. I need to see
oof.
that. Yeah, I need to see that. I mean, old school, old school.
You're
Until
old
I see that,
school.
yeah, he's a racist. Until I see him or hear him saying a lot of racist crap, yes, he's a racist.
Can
Until
you see
then,
how somebody of color might be offended though? Or might at least get
yes,
red
I
flags?
can see that.
Yeah. Like, and
I,
then when he goes, I did not like that. I was like, what? What? Why would you say it like that? Why would you? Oh, what's the matter with you? Oh, honey, what do you do at night? Are you going to some rallies? Like, it puts off some serious red flags. And I don't think he has to necessary. I think he's hiding behind Ripa is what I'm kind of noticing.
Hmm. Yeah, I can
I'm
see that.
just trying to be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know this whole situation. At the end, I think that he's looking for,
Oh, Birch,
to
hello.
cause shock. That's it.
Yeah, and it's free, huge publicity,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's a really, I think it's a good dog whistle, and the
But
dogs will
I
hear
think
it.
he just did a really bad take on
Uh
that.
huh.
That's it. But he races. Now I need to see. I need to see and hear evidence.
Understandable. I totally get it. I do. I
I
would say fragile is a very
I
good word
do.
to put it.
I do understand. You know, people getting angry at what he said. I do that. I do understand that.
Yeah, I totally get it. Like it's
But
pretty easy. Like I can see why somebody would be like, dude, you're not invited to the barbecue."
yeah, exactly.
All right, Hominus, I'm gonna bring Thomas in. I
Yeah,
think
that's
he
okay.
has a. I did see earlier in the chat he had to disagree with me about, I think, race swaps or something. So this should be interesting. Thank you, Hominus.
Thank you for having me and
No,
have a
no
great stream.
problem.
I'll be watching.
Okay, awesome. Bye,
Bye bye.
Hominus. Thank you. Thomas is awesome. Thomas, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. What's your disagreement?
My disagreement, Tristan, is
Mhm.
race bending characters. I
Okay.
really don't like. I don't like race bending characters. I find the concept just very insulting, in my opinion. For example, let's say, for example, if you create a character and a female character and she's white, and you want to depict her in a live action film, wouldn't you want her? Wouldn't you want an actress to resemble your character? Like, I just don't understand the whole concept of race bending characters. Like, for example, every redhead. Wait, can you hear me, Tristan? You can hear
Yeah,
me, right?
yeah. I'm just
Every
the accent's really cool, so I'm listening.
oh, I'm sorry, I'm British. I'm from London, UK.
That's
um,
awesome.
yeah, thank you. Where parts from America are you from?
I don't want to say, just to be safe.
Oh, okay. No, I understand. No worries. Um, so every time a redhead gets depicted in live action,
Mhm.
they get race changed to a black. I'm like, why? Like, for example, the latest news, Kerry Kelly, she got
Oh, I
changed to
seen
a black.
that. Oh,
I
come
love
on,
Kerry.
that's the CW. Do you actually expect it to be any good?
I love Kerry Kelly. I love the
I
Dark Knight
know. I
Returns.
love Duella Dent. They're bringing in Duella Dent, and I'm like, don't make me watch it.
The Dark Knight Returns is literally my favorite comic book of all time. I love the Dark Knight Returns. Like Mary Jane, Iris West, Jimmy Olsen. The
That's the
list goes on.
CW for you. I would say, what do you think about characters like Ra's al Ghul and Bane when it comes to the Nolan trilogy?
Um, Ra's al Ghul and Bane. Bane, yeah, he's Spanish.
Yeah,
I'm a
they whitewashed him.
I so yeah. I wish he was Spanish, but it's Tom Hardy. He's a great actor. So people's memory of Bane in live action was from Batman and Robin. So Tom Hardy really gave that character legendary status. So I was happy with that because I knew Tom Hardy would do a good job. And in terms
So
of
what
Raza, sorry, go on.
No. So what you're saying is if the actor does a good job, then the race bending is okay.
No. If it was up to me, if I was Christopher Nolan, I would have cast a Spanish actor to play Bane.
Yeah. I would have liked to
But
see the luchador Bane.
in terms of Nolan universe where everything's realistic, I don't think that would have worked. I, everything's supposed to be realistic, and also Ra's al Ghul, he's supposed to be Arabic, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. I would have cast the guy in Gotham who played Ra's al Ghul. He would have been perfect for the Nolan trilogy. I would have
Oh, he
cast him.
was great. They did a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
I say it all the time, but I loved Gotham. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but they did some really great stuff on that show.
Yes. But
Uh,
they just rushed everything. Like they
see,
crammed in too much.
yeah.
Like Bruce,
And they tried
like
to do some things that wouldn't make sense, like Joker being, so early
yeah,
and like I loved Fish though, like Fish Mooney. She was a badass. She was
yeah,
great. But that
yeah.
was an original character. So that's one of those characters that you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, you're talking about Carrie Kelly and stuff. I won't say anything bad because the actress is only 16. So I'll say that right now. That's
But
nothing to do with that.
understandable.
I think a lot of when you look back at the old comics and Dark Knight Returns is older, but it's not the oldest, right?
Mhm.
Carrie's not the oldest. What would it be? Late early 80s? Early 80s probably. A
Oh,
lot of the characters before that,
came in 1986.
86. Okay, so I was a little off. A lot of the characters at that time by default were white. I
Mhm.
do think that has a lot to do with why they're trying to push some representation. And I think
But
a lot of it comes down to business, like wanting to make sure you include everyone in the conversation so they can make more money. You know what I mean? Like if somebody sees it, like you look back at stuff like Friends, if you look at that and a lot of people are like, well, that's a white show, it's going to have more of a white demographic. But if you can open up that demographic more, they're going to want to do that. And I think that has a lot to do with it. And the redhead thing is like undeniably a thing. Like it happens all the time, but you got to also remember that in comics, when you had the red hair, that was really a bright color when it was sent to the colorist. So you've got a lot more redheads represented in comics than are actually, in real life. So I think that is a weird thing to look at, but it's definitely happening. Like we've got her, but you see, I don't see that as is she gonna have red hair? Do we know she's gonna have red hair yet?
Hold on. You mentioned Friend, right? It was being an all white shirt. You could have said the same thing for the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which was an all black shirt.
That show's great though.
That's literally one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I love the
So
Fresh
good.
Prince of Bel-Air. So good. But the thing is, Tristan, black race bending characters is not good for business. You see a lot of backlash. I'll give you examples. When, for example, the whole Superman situation, we wanted to be Val Sod or Calvin Ellis, but people are like, no, we don't want Superman's white. Yes, we understand there's a multiverse, but do you know what? They did the same thing with Miles Morales. We don't call Miles Morales. Sorry. We don't refer Miles Morales as Spider-Man. No, we call him by his full name, Miles Morales.
That doesn't make him any less of a character. He's still a good Spider-Man.
Hold on.
Okay.
People know he's not the true Spider-Man. The true Spider. Ask anyone who hasn't read a Spider-Man comic. Ask who's Spider-Man? Peter Parker. They know that's the real deal. Miles Morales, I'm sorry to say this, but he's a tokenized version of Peter Parker.
I disagree. I think he's a lot of people's Spider-Man. I think the majority of people know Peter because Peter's been around a lot longer, but there are a lot of younger audience. There is a lot of kids. Look at that movie. Like that movie was kind of a sleeper hit, but a lot of people love it. Miles is an incredible character that in 10 years not only had multiple good sales in comics, he had a movie, a video game, and now a second video game and a second movie. This character is not a tokenized character. He is a fully fledged character.
Tristan, you're missing the whole point. Tristan.
Okay.
Even someone said it here. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, someone said he's blackface Spider-Man. There you go. That's who he is. I understand.
No, he's not though. That's an opinion. That's not.
I know.
People love him.
People love him, but you can't escape the fact that he was created based on the popularity of a white character.
You know what legacies are, right? When it comes to legacy characters.
Yes.
So, did you ever have a problem with the Flash's switching or the Green Lantern switching or even the Nova Corps?
I'm not a fan. I'm really not the Flash, the Green Lanterns, to be honest. I do love in terms of Green Lanterns, my favorite had to be Jon Stewart because he was a great character.
Oh, so your favorite's the tokenized one, right? That's what you're saying? That is the exact same thing for some people with Miles. Just maybe not in your circles. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand. Yeah. But the thing is, Miles is a copy and paste of Peter Parker. Every story that he's in, Peter's already done it. Clone Saga. They're doing this what if Miles Morales was Captain America. They're doing unoriginal
Well, that book's
stories.
just terrible.
And
I'm not kidding. The first issue was hard to get through. It was bad.
Hold on. Tristan, let me get back to race bending black characters to black. Do you know what that's telling black people? Race changing a character from white to black, that's telling black people they're not good enough to have original characters.
But there is original characters also, and there's white characters based off of other characters.
Hold on. When you look at when you look at Batman, when you look at Superman, we don't want them to be black. They're white. Everyone knows who Batman and Superman is. We know who Bruce Wayne is. We know who Clark Kent is. We know Wonder Woman. We know Peter Parker. They're white. If you change them to black, you are dimming black people. You're insulting us. You're telling black people you're not good enough to have original characters. Our original black characters, why aren't they being used?
Nubia has her own book. Black Panther has his own book. What do you mean they're not being used? Yeah. Icon and Rocket.
No.
Static. What do you mean they're not being used?
No. I'm talking about no. I'm in comics. I'm not talking about comics. I'm talking about in live action. People who are non-comic book fans.
They're making a Static movie. They're making an Icon and Rocket movie. They're making another animated movie. So
that's good. But I'm talking about people know Black Panther because of he's now in the MCU. But pre-Civil War, pre-Captain America Civil War, people don't know who Black Panther was. Only the hardcore comic book fans knew who Black Panther was. I knew him. I wanted a Black Panther film. I wanted a Black Panther film starring Wesley Snipes. It would have been more impactful if Black Panther.
So what do you think of Nick Fury?
He's the tokenized version of the white Nick Fury. The only reason why.
What do you think of Aquaman or Black Adam? Do you understand that this is kind of white people invented this? Like this is just always done by. It's tokenized. That's not a good. It's not a good criticism. It's just not. It's a lazy criticism.
How's it lazy?
Because you're just saying that because you're basing your criticism here on identity politics. That's all it is. It's identity politics.
Stanley said it best. Create original characters. Don't change their races. Don't pander to an audience. Create original characters. Create original stories.
Where did Stanley say that?
He said that in an interview. He literally said that. Race-changing characters does not do justice to the characters or the audience. That's why people love Peter Parker. He's the real Spider-Man. Yeah, I love Miles Morales. Don't get me wrong. I love Miles Morales. But he's not the real Spider-Man.
Some people... I don't see why it's an issue. If some little boy enjoys him, if some grown-ass man enjoys him, if some teenager enjoys him, and that's their Spider-Man, that's okay.
Someone said I'm okay. In disguise. The thing is,
he's much nicer.
let me go back to black characters, original black characters not getting enough representation. Do you know what? I want a Storm film, a Storm standalone film.
I agree.
I want a Nubia standalone film. I want a Bumblebee standalone film. I want Vixen. There's so many great black established characters in both Marvel and DC. Why aren't they being represented in live action?
They are. They're on the CW. That's the problem.
That's the whole problem. I don't want them on CW.
I understand. I don't either. I agree. I don't want to see Vixen on. I think it's Legends of Tomorrow. She's on. I totally understand that. But you also have Starfire on Titans. Great character.
Don't get me started, please.
I hated season 4. Season 4 was trash.
No. You can't. No. Let me. You mentioned Starfire. I didn't want to have to do this. That's not Starfire.
Oh, she's great. Anna Doyle.
No.
She's a great actress.
She's a great actress, but she's not Starfire. When people look at her, like, no, Starfire. If you had my choice, Zendaya would have been a better Starfire. She looks like the character.
But wait, you just said you
need-
didn't like tokenism, but that's your choice would have been a tokenized Starfire
No, no,
by
no, no,
your
no, no, no.
definition.
Starfire is mixed. Starfire is light skin. She's light skinned and she's not white. She's an alien. You need to have an actress who looks
Right.
like the character. If you give
Well,
me-
originally she was actually based off of a, I believe, Spanish singer. And then she was black coated in Final Crisis time.
Someone said I'm clowning myself. How am I clowning myself? How am I clowning myself? Figure drawing. How am
Starfire
I-
is orange. We need an orange Starfire.
The thing is, yeah, she's orange, but at least she looks like the character. Give her, you put all the makeup of Starfire on Zendaya. Ah, there you go, Starfire, done. People were against that. You know when that great actress was cast as Starfire, we were like, who's this chick? Why is she Starfire? She doesn't look like her.
I think that's being a bit reactionary, because I would say I don't like season 4. I've been very adamant about that. 1 through 3 were good. Anna Doip in season 4 was the best part about it. She got the character to the fundamental parts correctly. I can't say that for every character, but at least she got that right. And I think she was great in her position. And actually Blackfire was really great too. She had a very cool, unique look to her. I don't know. I don't see it as an issue. I think using the criticism of tokenization, I don't like it because it's tokenized, is a lazy criticism. If you're looking at something and going, and I get it. I mean, we'll probably agree to disagree, but like, if you're looking at something, and trust me when I say this, Thomas, I was exactly where you are in your thinking 2 to 3 years ago. I thought all of it was ridiculous. And you know what I learned?
What?
It doesn't matter.
So
you know why it doesn't matter? Because as long as they get the fundamental part of this character done correctly, I still enjoy it. And at the end of the day, hobbies are meant to be enjoyed.
Let me give you. Okay, so would you be fine if Bruce Wayne was black?
Yeah, why wouldn't I be?
Oh my gosh, really?
We have one. His name's Jace.
Yeah, he's a crap character.
His writing's not great, is it? I would say John Ridley really did good in Future State, those 4 issues, and then it really fell off a well in Second Son. And I'm glad he's out of Gotham. I'm hoping it gets better. He's getting his own kind of like serial killer, psycho. So I'm hoping it gets better, but I don't have a lot of faith in John Ridley.
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, okay. So when I mentioned that Catwoman should be white, yes, I love Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman in the Batman. Don't get me wrong.
She's beautiful.
Yeah, she's a beautiful woman, but she's a feminist. When she said,
not all feminists are bad. You just got to look out for the crazy ones. What about Eartha Kitt? What about year 1?
In year 1, is she white or black? I thought
I
white.
always thought she was black.
Okay, besides the point, Catwoman has, throughout 80 years, Catwoman has always been white. Yes, Eartha Kitt, Halle Berry, who was terrible, and
she was Patience Phillips. Come on now, don't diss Selena Kyle.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I just want some consistency. Like, yes,
Catwoman should be. Catwoman said Catwoman should be white and not gay. Why is that an issue? Why does that bother you? Catwoman's bi.
No, she's not bi. She's straight. She's
bi.
Really? What?
Yeah. Oh, she's canonically bi. She's been bi for years.
Why is she? Oh, I
think all the sirens are.
I just want her to marry Batman. That's all, man.
How dare you? She's so okay. This is my thing with Catwoman. I'm extremely selfish when it comes to that character because she's one of my favorites. So I don't want her with Batman because I want her in her own title. That's just me being selfish.
I just because when Tom King wrote her and Batman getting married, I'm like, finally, this guy's getting some light in his world. Like, oh, like I just want Batman to be happy. He should either marry Catwoman or Wonder Woman. Personally, if I had my choice, no, Talia is dangerous.
Yeah, that's what makes it great.
If I had my choice, I would have Batman marry Wonder Woman. I literally wanted in the DCEU for Ben Affleck's Batman to get with Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. That's all. I would be happy. I would be the happiest guy because in the Justice League animated series, they were a thing. Like,
yeah,
I just want Batman to be happy. Let him marry.
I get that, but happy doesn't sell books. That's the issue. Dan DiDio was against any marriage, basically, because besides Mira and Arthur, just because happiness doesn't sell books.
Yeah, and okay, back to the Catwoman situation. Yes, Catwoman should be white. Stop. Yes, I understand she looks good as ambiguous because she was black. Yeah, Catwoman looks good as ambiguous. Don't get me wrong, but she's been white. Why are you all of a sudden say, "Oh, she's black now"? Oh,
because she's not always been white, and there's nothing that ties her to her race to keep her white all the time. It's really not an issue. Like the way that Zoe played it, I don't want anyone else playing that anymore. I can't think of somebody that looks better or does it better, and that is what should matter.
You know who should have played Catwoman if it wasn't Zoe Kravitz? No, I had people in mind. I wanted Eva Green or Gemma Arterton.
I'm really bad with names in movies. I have no idea, but
yes, figure drawing, yes. Idris Elba's 007. That would have never happened.
Oh, that would be great. Why? Idris Elba is a phenomenal actor. I don't see what the issue is.
No.
All right, Thomas. Let me bring in Shelby, but thank you so much for stopping by.
Oh, no worries. I'll call back soon.
But okay, have a good evening, Thomas.
Thank you.
Bye. Wait, Shelby? Shelby? Are you using my picture?
No.
What's your disagreement?
I was thinking before while I was hearing you guys talk, I was thinking that you need to have patience to watch the movie Catwoman. So
yeah. Oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah. Well, actually, it wasn't that I had like a single disagreement. I actually wrote down the disagreements that I have because that's how petty I am. But
go for it.
I don't know if you can hear me, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can hear you.
So I wrote down a few disagreements that I had with you during the stream yesterday. Was it? Yeah, yesterday.
Oh yeah, with Ripa and
I don't think we have to tackle all of them. I just did it because I was bored. But yeah, so I wrote down "Welcome to the Internet," which is something that we've had a talk. I wrote down Lucas' use of the word fragile. I wrote down Twitter in general, tokenism, what it means, and Lucas' take on the UFC guy that he made a video about.
Oh, that guy was a fucking idiot.
I think Lucas did that's such a bad video. Okay, that and just a point was that you asked why Ryan, he's not like defending himself or whatever. I think Ryan just moved on with it.
Nah, I think Ripa's his shield.
I don't know because I think
he's too chicken shit.
Ripa jumped in front of Ryan. He like inserted
it had something
himself.
To do with a tweet.
Yeah, and you say like, oh, Ripa hasn't seen the movie and you haven't seen the tweet.
I have now because I watched Jody's Corner do a video on it. So I have now, but I hadn't at that point. He was calling black people crackheads. And then Ripa, I'm sorry. He's disgusting. He literally, I get that like Jody was ripping on him, but the whole thing was started because he called him fat. And then he literally said, I bet he was raised by a single mother. Then he said stuff about his kids and his baby mama. That is not how you play fucking internet beef. Talk about the points. Like, if I have an issue with you, if it's, race swapping, we talk about race swapping. I would never attack you as a person. That's gross. I have a huge issue with that.
I definitely think that Ripa is not a nice guy. Like,
oh yeah,
I've seen him talk in. There's this other podcast called You're Here, and it's basically about politics. It's not about pop culture. And he's been there, and he talked about straight up politics, not pop culture. And he's sappy. He knows what he's talking about, but you understand that he kind of just looks out for himself. Which, okay, I can't blame a guy for thinking about only himself and his people. So yeah, he seems to be like a mean guy, but that doesn't mean like. Anyway, that's that. But
no,
I don't know.
It.
We want to like. I can tackle the points that I had.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
We were having the conversation about welcome to the internet, right? We were having that discussion. Yep. That I brought up the point that Ryan got a bunch of death threats, and you didn't point that out.
Got one. I only seen proof of one.
I saw
Unbounding into comics. I'll believe you if you say you saw more. I'm just saying I only saw one.
Yeah, people like Leon what's his name? Leon Runez or something like that on Twitter. He posted all the death threats and stuff like that. So the point that you had was that you told me welcome to the internet. That's just how it is, right?
Right.
So and I told you that the way that you tackled this is not the same as you tackled when other people got death threats. Like when people like Abby, the character Abby, the voice actress of her, got the death threats. When Beta Ayala got a bunch of insults thrown at her. You tackled it.
I don't think I've ever tackled anything with Vita getting death threats.
Not death threats.
I know what you're talking about with Abby.
It's kind of in the same sense that it's in general internet harassment in some form or another. So it can be death threats, it can be insults, it can be doxing, any of those things. And you told me, oh yeah, that's in Ryan's case. It's
actually
like,
wait, what did I say, Shelby? I literally in the comments, I literally said, I condemn. I think it's all terrible, but unfortunately, that's the internet. I did not say it was okay. I did not even say, you know what? You reap what you sow. I said, it sucks. I condemn it. I think it's all stupid. There's no reason to death threat somebody over a dumbass take. But
yeah, I definitely think that.
Unfortunately, being a public figure, and he is in a way, because he puts himself out there on his YouTube channel, it sucks, but you're gonna have it. And the same goes for Abby. Same goes for I don't remember Vita getting death threats. Last thing I remember about her was
the guy from one of those YouTubers. I literally don't remember if his name is Ethan or Jeremy, whatever. They all look the same. So basically, he was like, "Oh, Beta is a mentally handicapped person or something like that."
Oh and my God, yeah,
yeah.
That was Richard Meyer, Diversity in Comics. He literally did a 20-minute video diagnosing Vita Ayala as mentally retarded after doing bare minimum 200 videos on her. Bare minimum. Community posts. His whole channel is almost dedicated solely to Vita Ayala. Almost like guaranteed you're getting 5 out of 7 videos a week with her. The reason it bugged me is because it's not a death threat. A death threat you can kind of shrug off, right? You're like, okay, maybe the first one kind of stings and you get worried. But if somebody is sitting there in a 20-minute video going through psychological breakdowns, looking at your entire life, going back to interviews or different things, what she was doing at 10 years old, at 5 years old, calling somebody mentally retarded, that would fucking break me. That would break me in half. And I know I'm not the only person that would do that too. I would much rather get a death threat than be told in a 20-minute video after 100 videos about me that I was mentally retarded. I get she probably was able to shrug it off. They're probably used to it. But my God, when I was shocked. And you're right, I probably shouldn't have made that video. But I was shocked at that point. I was shocked that there was so little humanity left.
I don't think that you shouldn't have defended her, because if I liked something from someone, I would defend them too. It's just that I feel like you tackled it like the word of welcome to the internet, that form of almost like shrugging it off. It's different from, I guess, saying size, because Ryan is from one side, Vita and all the other times
Do
are
you
like
think
the other
Vita?
side.
Do you think I side with Vita? Do you realize Vita hates me, right? Joe Glass hates me. They have posted on their social medias. I made a video, but I private it. About
Joe Glass.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I
hate
remember
me.
seeing
Why
that
would I
one.
side with them? That just broke my heart, because I know what that would feel like, because I sometimes mess up my words, or I sometimes say things wrong. And maybe somebody could think I was slow. Like, I just felt in that moment like it was wrong. I probably, you know what? Maybe it was a little overboard, but god damn, that like hurt my soul.
Yeah, I bet so. I mean, that's kind of that point, that I guess people process the way that you get harassed on the internet very differently, each one. Because I've taken a lot of things. Like, I don't make videos. I don't.
Right.
Well, the only thing that I do is I make art, and I post that on my Instagram, and that has nothing to do with anything. I don't even promote it. I have a Twitter where I just, I don't know, I use it to see stuff. Okay, so even I have gotten doxxed twice in the last 2
That's
years,
terrible.
which I don't even know how it happens, but it's probably because I just posted something on not Twitter, and a YouTube comment section.
That's
And
crazy to me that
yeah,
someone could be that damn smart.
it happens. It's like, if you want to feel disgusted, like, go into 4chan and type in your name, and there's probably some
No.
like thread. Yeah, it happens a lot. I have a friend who has a fairly small YouTube channel, and he showed me, yeah, you type in the name of a YouTube channel, and there's probably a thread saying, oh, let's mass report this channel. Let's try to figure it out how to find their IP address and that shit. So yeah, it's
Terrible.
pretty much, the internet is disgusting. So
Yeah.
I guess that we agree to disagree that people process everything differently, but there is a line that you shouldn't cross.
Yeah. Let me get this super chat. I'm so sorry, Shelby. Hold on 1 second. Joe to go. Did I say it wrong again? Yes, I said it right this time, Joe. Okay. Thank you so much. I've been threatened online plenty of times by conservatives and made fun of because of my anxiety disorder. That's terrible. Threats can come from anywhere and over nothing. It's unacceptable, but I don't see them as a defense for anything I've done. And that's absolutely awful. I know it's really hard, because you can say something that you would think would trigger everybody and nobody's going to care. But you say one thing and you get a lot of it. And the weird thing is relating to what Joe said. Thank you very much, by the way. When I started to talk out against a lot of the people getting upset, and I'll fully admit I've changed quite a bit in the last 2 years. I really got it heavy. Like, I really got it heavy there for a while. And then I started going through this phase where I tried to defend myself, and I tried to show facts and figures and be very analytical about it, and it didn't matter. I still got it really heavy. And it's leveled off now. I think this community is I think anybody that was going to be threatening has pretty much left. But there for a while, I was getting people on a lot of my videos just immediately when they'd get uploaded, talking about Comicsgate or stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, well, at least you're easy. I know how to block you. Like,
don't you have like a stalker or something like that? You told me.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. It's probably about time to get a nasty email from him. Basically, it's like every few months I get nasty emails, and I've reported them to the FBI twice. He's tried to dox me. He's tried to do, and it's really weird because, like, normally it's like, I don't know, like the perverts, and this one, like this isn't that. Like this guy, because I blocked him, he has this vendetta against me. He said I censored his freedom of speech. I'm like, this is my garden. Goodbye. I can pull you as a weed. Like it's really weird to me.
Yeah. So that's
Thank you, Joe, by the way. After all of that, sorry.
So I wanted to. This is like a quick point, but you always say like, "Oh, Twitter is awful. You just leave it and go touch some grass." And well, yeah, I think Twitter is basically a cesspool. It's awful, yeah. But I think that saying, "Oh, just don't go on it's not a good response, because
I get
Twitter
that.
is the new public square, the new modern public square. If you try to live your life without Twitter, okay, you probably can go out on it, but you need to know what things are happening, and Twitter is the only place where you probably hear about stuff. So yeah, I have something against Twitter, but I still use it.
Well, and not only that, but you get even my channel. I've talked not near as much as I used to, but like, there's drama on there. It makes good content. People make videos daily about it. Like, yes, it is a cesspool, but you're right. It is that new town square. But you mentioned Instagram earlier. Isn't that a better alternative, a less volatile alternative?
Well, there you can mostly post just images. You
Okay.
can't like write out why you believe that I don't know, men should be thrown into the ocean or something like that.
Well, that
It's
got
just
dark.
images. It's mostly images, and well, I kind of use Instagram just to chill out, because that's the thing. Once you start to live your life based on what these Twitter people and these YouTubers say, that's when your mind just kind of like short circuits and shuts out. Like if I had to live my life based on what, I don't know, the Quartering said in his
Lord.
video, then I would probably just go crazy. So it's either you can see it apart, you can distinguish between reality and what's not reality. Yeah,
Well, one thing go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, that's it. You go.
No, I was gonna say one thing I noticed about the Quartering is his titles and his thumbnails are very sensationalistic, but he's much more milk toast than the others. Like he's willing to help people. He's willing to, somebody gets deplatformed or something like that. But there's a lot of others that just they can literally find one tweet on something that they disagree with, and they're like, look at this feminist, they're taking your children, they're gonna turn them gay. Like, what?
Yeah, it's that guy.
Let's not have this overreaction is leading to a lot of people being very volatile and being very on edge. And it's capitalism at its finest, right? If I can make the most sensationalistic video, you're gonna kick on it. And unfortunately, on YouTube, I know people aren't gonna believe me, but on YouTube, conservatives dominate. And not only do they dominate, they are in every algorithm. Type in any nerd media. Type in Star Wars, DC Comics, Marvel, MCU, DCEU. You are going to find the hate bait channels. Unfortunately, they are always at top. Conservatives are pushed in the algorithm much more than even sometimes centrists or people that don't talk politics or liberals.
Dr. Soup is here. Hello,
Dr. Soup, I love her.
Yeah. By the way, I saw Knowledge
Nerdette
Smith.
became a socialist. I am not a socialist.
I saw Knowledge Smith. That's a guy that I think I disagree with a lot in your comments. I love you, bro. I disagree. You're awesome. Either way.
Yeah, he does. He does a great job of having a good, respectful back and forth with people. And I really appreciate that.
So yeah, Twitter fucking sucks. What else? It's not rocket science. You kind of want it if you kind of need it if you want to be in the circle of what's going on. But yeah, I wanted to bring up the point of tokenism, because and I didn't want to make it the main thing, because I know that if we go down this road, it's gonna be like a whole circle, and we're gonna end up back to the same point, but I wanted to ask, what do you define tokenism as?
Tokenism is like, say you create one black character and you don't try to have any sort of representation. It is literally 10 white people and one black dude to look like you're diverse. Tokenism is not race swapping. It could be if you only did it one time ever, but tokenism is literally, I mean, if you look up token, that's what it is. It is simply doing
A
something
marker
for
is one thing there.
performative.
Yeah, it's like it's there so everyone can see it.
Yes, exactly. You want to look good, so you hire one female, one black person, and 10 white dudes. Like, that's what tokenism is. You're the token girl. You're the token black dude. That's just unfortunate truth. But if you're actually trying to diversify and that's your goal, I'm not saying it has to be. I'm just saying if that's your goal, then no. Then it's not tokenism.
Because I was thinking about it, because I remember that Lucas made an example saying, because I'm guessing that you guys are going off the dictionary definition, right?
Correct.
So if the dictionary definition changed tomorrow, would tokenism stop being what it's been based on the examples that we've seen?
I mean, I guess it would kind of have to be, right? Because if we don't define terms, then we're talking about two different things, right? So me and you are talking about what a soup can is, and you think it's a cat and I think it's a soup can, and we're having an argument. We have to know what the same thing is, right? So yeah, it would kind of have to. And my whole thing with that was Riva uses it wrong all the time and then pretends like he invented the word. Like,
I definitely feel like he's going off his own interpretation, but at the
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing, at the same time, I understand that what he means, and this is not me trying to translate for him. I actually don't like him. I don't like you. You said that I love Ripa and Geeks and Gamers.
You know what's weird about it? It's
Yeah.
because I've got to talk to you a couple times. I know in the comments now, but I used to think you were like super
Right?
uber conservative dude and you were mean. Like I did. And I was like, okay, did I offend Shelby? Like what happened? But no, I know you are when you're talking to me, you're not talking down to me. I know that now.
Definitely. I can't come onto your channel, me who doesn't have a YouTube channel, doesn't have anything. I can't come to you and be like, "Oh, you're wrong. You think this, you think that." No, get out. I can't be like that. And I understand that you have your opinions and I have mine. And the thing is that I'm like the opposite of you. Like I even wear glasses and I'm a guy. But I'm kind of the opposite of you, as in where you were kind of anti-SJW, more moved into a center position. I used to be pretty SJW. Like I remember in 2016, I was like, yeah, I want representation. I feel angry that we didn't have. I feel angry that people were hating on Miles Morales and Iris West and stuff like that. And then as I guess I grew up, graduated from high school, opened up my mind to other stuff. I realized it's not bad to have representation, but you can tell when something is fake and when something is
when
intended
something's
with good purpose.
performative or when it's organic.
And I kind of lost the plot when Black Panther came out, and I saw a bunch of people saying, "Oh, this is the pinnacle of Black and POC culture," and I was like, I mean, it's a good movie. Yeah, it's not the best movie. I could probably choose to watch another thing, but I liked it, and I actually got attacked for it. I was told that I hated Black people because I didn't like the movie as much, and that kind of like told me, yeah, I don't belong anywhere, so I might as well just have my own opinion. But
I think that's perfect.
yeah, but going back to the example that you gave me, the tokenism, if the example was like a can of soup, I don't know.
That was a really bad example, but it was on the spot. Sorry.
I don't know if that's because Dr. Soup was here, but
That's exact. I seen her name and I'm like, a soup can?
Soup.
Sorry,
writing it
Dr.
down.
Soup.
So
Funny thing
yeah,
is, both your names Shelby.
yeah, no, I like Shelby because everyone tells me, "Oh, you're a girl." Everyone makes that mistake, but I'm like, no, I just like the name. If I ever have a daughter, I'm probably just gonna call her Shelby. And you know my real name. My real name is in my email, which I don't like my real name. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So like you told me the example was like a can of soup and a cat. You can tell me one thing is one, and I can tell you the opposite. But I don't think tokenism works with that example because tokenism is an action. I don't. You can't hold tokenism. You can't like physically hold it. I think it's an
Right.
action,
It is.
and
Yep.
it's
The
more like a
making
feeling.
of.
It's almost subjective when you think about it. You can't. I mean, you can probably go and grab John Boyega and be like, "Oh, look, a token," but uh, tokenism is an action when you use it as the dictionary definition.
Right.
So I don't think that it works when you say, "Oh, one thing is one thing for me," and you are saying it's the opposite. I'm right because I'm on the side of the dictionary. If it changes, then you are wrong and I'm right. And if it changes again, none of us are right. We're just both wrong. So in that way, well, I do agree most of the times with your definition of tokenism. I do see the way that people could use it to push their idea. Like, I
Yeah.
believe that tokenism is this. Why? Because you can't measure tokenism. Everyone, it's subjective for everyone, right?
Right. And I understand what you're saying, but like tokenism is only performative. So if there's an actual drive to do better or to have organic diversity, then that tokenism goes away, right? Because it's not performative anymore. It's essentially I hate to go back to this, but a lot of times it does. It's capitalism at its finest. It's wanting to get the biggest audience for what you're making. So you include everything.
Definitely, but I do think that even if you, well, okay, I kind of agree with what you said, but while you were saying it, like an example very clearly came into my mind. It's God damn it, Naomi, the new show. Have you seen it?
One episode and I could not take it anymore.
Well, I've been seeing it because, well, I have younger siblings and they're
Mhm.
kind of into that kind of CW stuff. And she isn't a token in the show, but she's not a good character. That's the thing. You don't have to be a token to be a awful character.
Right.
And in the show, she is fleshed out. You get a lot of things with her, but it's still not a good character. That's it. So
And even in the comics, she wasn't a great character.
and the
She
other
was okay.
example was like Captain Marvel is a token in her own movie. Like Monica Rambeau, not Monica Rambeau, what her mother basically, she gets more development than her. So Brie Larson is her own token in the movie. She's just the woman that's meant to be there because it needs to have. It's supposed to be about a woman. But if it was, and every single anti SJW channel brings up this point that, oh, you should have just made her Monica Rambeau from the start. And I actually agree, yeah, because in the movie she gets more characterization than Carol. Carol, we only know, oh, she was down, she got up, and superpowers. That's it.
Right.
Monica is like there's a story to be there's a story to be told there. So it's like she's an example of a token, like a female token. She's just meant to be there. Sam in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, he's not a token there because he gets a characterization. We get story from him. Oh, he's a veteran. He had a partner. His partner died. He feels something like that. So he's not a token. So that's when I push back because I do remember people saying, "Oh, he's a token in Captain America: Winter Soldier." I'm like, no,
Yeah, no.
you
Yeah.
actually get to have him be a character.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
and in this Batman movie, which I haven't seen yet, I'm probably gonna see it tomorrow. I don't really get into the conversation of Catwoman if she's supposed to be black, white, also for Jim Gordon, because I haven't seen it. For all I know, Jim Gordon is basically a cardboard cutout that's in the corner there, and it's like, oh, clap, clap, he's black, or he's a very good fleshed out character, and you get like a reason that he's there. So I
Right.
can't call him token yet.
Right. And once you see it, you'll think of those criticisms as very silly. I promise you. And not even factually correct. Hold on, let me get this super chat real quick, Shelby. Robert, thank you so much. Is it wrong to be colorblind to race? Yes, absolutely. You're colorblind to race, and like those people that say I don't see color, that you're erasing culture, right? you're erasing what somebody is. I think colorblind it's a little like, I hate to say it, but yeah, it's a little racist to pretend like you don't see color when there's a reason why we have different colors, and that's okay. That's completely fine, and it's good to celebrate your culture.
Yeah, I'm eating a tamale right now.
All right,
So-
Shelby, I am going to bring the next person in, but thank you so much
Yeah,
for calling in. I always have a good always have
Really-
good conversation with you.
Really quick point.
Yes.
On Lucas' take on the UFC, and this is to end the thing, because that's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
something that I didn't like. And also, thank you, because thanks to you, now I have a bunch of young Ripa and Lucas, the amazing Lucas, on my recommendations. I didn't even watch any of them. Now I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
nope, don't watch, don't recommend. I don't care about them. I literally don't
That's
watch any
funny.
of them. So when you're talking about a drama, I'm like, okay, goddamn it, I'm just gonna look up what they say, so whatever. So his take on the UFC guy, I didn't like that. It was like he
Really?
uses the word for, yeah, because what, like, if you want to explain like why the happening.
That guy, okay, first off, the guy he was talking to seemed like, oh, he was super dumb. Like, he was not very smart, but his whole point was he doesn't want to fight a war for somebody else, I guess. But he'll be ready in Arkansas or something. So I don't the whole thing, you're a UFC fighter. Why is somebody asking you about the war in Ukraine? Say,
Well-
I don't know enough about the subject and move on. Don't give dumbass hot takes like, I don't know what's really going on here, guys. No,
Well,
just
the thing
say
is that
pass.
The thing
I'm a fighter. Clearly, I've been hit in the head a few
the thing
times.
is that, okay, Bianca, what happened was that there was this UFC guy, and he was in an interview for a pregame or a postgame, whatever. And a reporter asked, what's your take on the Ukraine stuff? And it's a whole bunch of stuff. No one really knows except for the people that know. And he just gave his take, and Lucas, I didn't like his take because Lucas basically said that the guy embarrassed himself. Well, I
Yeah.
think that, oh, there's something on the screen.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
they're talking about colorblind racism. We'll talk about it in a minute. I
So-
think there's an argument about it, but yeah.
So I don't think the guy embarrassed himself. He just gave his own take. It's like me coming to your stream and you're talking about comics,
understand
and I ask you, hey, what's your opinion on nuclear energy in the 1400s during the post era
Oh,
of something
God.
that you don't know? And you're not gonna be like, oh, next question. You're gonna be like, look, I don't know about it. I just know this about nuclear physics, and that's it. And that's what the guy did. He said, hey, if the war comes to us, I'm going to fight for my place. And that's honestly what I would say. And what Lucas is implying is that unless you have inside knowledge of an international war, you shouldn't even have a take, or you're embarrassing yourself. That's such a almost childish way of thinking it. You can have your own opinion. If my car breaks down and I'm not a mechanic, but I know, hey, there's a weird sound and my car broke down, am I supposed to not do anything about it because I'm not a mechanic? I don't know what's going on. No, I'm supposed to go to a mechanic and say, hey, I heard a sound, this happened, and that's what I know. I don't know what to do now. That's it. And Lucas
The
gave
issue
a really bad
isn't that. The issue isn't that. The people that are like Knowledge Smith was saying, the issue isn't that. The people that were mad that I can't think of his name. He took a knee. The
Colin
football
Kaepernick.
player. Okay, yes. The people that were mad about that, the people that tell LeBron to shut up every day, are applauding this dude. Lucas is very good about showing the hypocrisy within both sides. And the fact that you're applauding this dude, but you're mad at LeBron for saying what he wants to say, is fucking hypocritical. That's all it was.
Yeah, but the thing is that people like Kaepernick, he made a whole documentary saying that the NFL is basically like a slave traders. Well, he just posted
again,
a video
like you just said
telling-
about that guy. That's his opinion, right?
Yeah, but I mean, just because people have opinions doesn't mean that people can't side with them. And because BLM,
Then don't
was
be a
something that
hypocrite, I
happened.
think is all he's trying to point out. Don't applaud one. If you just really want somebody to shut up and dribble, say the same thing to a UFC fighter. Say, shut up and fight. You see what I'm saying?
But he did. He all that he did was give his own part, and then he went on to do whatever.
And
he
that's
was
all
about to
LeBron
do.
does too, but people dunk on him all the time too.
Yeah,
And
well,
he said some dumbass stuff, but I don't care because just like that dude, just like LeBron, just like I want to call him Cavernacle, but that's a YouTuber. What's his name? Whatever. Capernickel. He
Kaepernick.
is saying his own opinion. So I if you're gonna damn one, you have to damn them all, or you look like a hypocrite, and that's what he's pointing out.
I guess. Well, I guess I'm gonna leave. I'm actually gonna work on a review for the Batman, even though I haven't seen it. I just
That's
want to
awesome.
predict. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna leave you to it. Hope you don't get like some troll, whatever. You're great.
Well, thank you so much, Shelby. I really appreciate it.
Everyone on the chat, you guys are great. Keep it up. Bianca, watch Sonny Boy. That's a really good new anime. And I'm out. See you.
Bye, Shelby. Let me bring. Where are we at here? Bianca! Are you there?
Yes. I had myself on mute.
What do you have a disagreement about?
How much time do we have?
About 10 minutes.
Who knows? It might be less. I disagree with you having Jody on.
Why?
After what I've seen in Saggy's live stream of the people who worked with him, I personally don't want you to team up with him, especially since you had some of that trouble on social media before. I don't want it to happen to you again.
I haven't watched Saggy's live stream. I suppose I ought to do that. Which one? What, when she was talking to the other girl?
So it was one of those. So there was I believe it's the one literally right after her reacting to the Jody and Ripa live stream. I believe it's the live stream after that. But I didn't see you on the live chat, so I was wondering, you probably didn't see it yet.
No, I knew she was doing something about it, and the reason I was having Jody on was to talk about the whole situation and then talk because he's a DC fan also. But I'll have to check it out. I have no idea. My issue was the way he was. My whole issue with him and Ripple was the way that Ripple treated his, baby and his baby mama, I guess, and talking about him being a single mom and calling him and his friends crackheads. And that's kind of what we were going to talk about, but now I'm going to have to check it out. I don't know much. I've watched Jody's stuff simply because you remember when the Snyder cultists were out in like huge craziness when all the Ray Fisher stuff. So he was kind of on the same side I was. So we hadn't communicated, but we had commented back and forth. So I don't really know him, but that's all I know of him is that he and Andy Signor, which the only thing I know about Andy is he does a lot of stuff with like Gabby Petito and stuff and Britney Spears.
Which he's also having some stuff about him too.
I don't see. I don't pay. I should pay closer attention. I will check it out before I do that.
Her streams are so long though.
I know, that's the thing. Like maybe I should
watch
just
it in
email her
2 times speed.
And just be like, give me the TLDR. Like I wanted to have a conversation about what is going on, not that, but I love Saggy. I trust her, but oh man, her take on this.
She had the people who worked with Jody who are some no longer working with Jody, some who are working with Jody, and then some people who well, I guess Andy Signor's ex fiance.
Oh, I thought he was married. I don't know.
Some people thought
I don't
he was
pay
married.
attention.
He had a fiance, and after her talking to Sagi, she's like, no, it's not it's not anymore.
Oh boy. So some like creepy DM stuff going on or something.
Yes, for both of them.
Oh god.
Some with genitals involved.
No! Sorry. I gotta watch it now.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes.
What is your opinion on race bending characters? Should black established characters have more recognition? They should have obviously more recognition, but nobody's gonna freaking care about it, and that's the problem because they're the normies are the ones who are going to watch it. Because they're a much bigger audience than the comic book people. Like that Netflix show that you told me about. Was it Saving Dion? No, Raising
Dion. Oh, it's so good. You gotta watch it. You'll love it.
Yeah,
It's a
like
little boy
nobody's
with a pair of
talking
cheeks.
about that, and that's an original.
Yeah,
That's an original. It's
absolutely.
based on a comic. Nobody's freaking talking about it.
Yep.
It's because everybody cares about Marvel or DC. And
well, I'm
obviously
hoping they do something with this milestone initiative. Well, that's for the comics, but with the what's his name? The guy from Creed, Michael B. Jordan, doing stuff with the milestone character. Hopefully they get more recognition because if you look at somebody like Icon, he's I mean not exactly, but very similar to, Superman. And he's got Rocket, very similar to Robin. It would work. People would love it.
Mm-hmm. And it's so difficult because I'm a person for people who don't know me. Hello, everybody who I've never seen before. I got into comics in 2017 at the start of Rebirth, so I am super new.
Yeah,
So
but
this
you're
whole
pretty
like
knowledgeable.
race swapping or whatever, I was used to Halle Berry as Catwoman. That was the first time I've ever seen Catwoman. So when I saw her as white, I'm like, what? And then of course, as soon as but not only that, but Eartha Kitt, who is black, she was like the 60s show with Adam West.
Yes.
Yes,
She
I
was
believe
the
it's in the
first live
60s.
action Catwoman.
Yes, so I feel like when that happened, that gave people more room and more of an idea that third live action, thank you, Robert. That they
Third,
can
I
do
thought she was
that.
first. Sorry.
Because after that, then you had Halle Berry, and then you also had the comics, which in the 90s, I don't remember if it was before or after Halle Berry, that's when they started introducing her as black. And then, there's backlash or whatever. But then they're like, okay. So we have multiple Earths. Earth 1 is the white Catwoman. Earth 2 is the other one, which in the 90s she was half Cuban, and then she was black, and then she was black Italian, and sometimes she was like full Italian, I think, or there was other times where she was fully black. And so in the Batman movie, everybody's so focused on her being black when she's black and Italian. If you considered Italian people as white, then she's half white. If you don't consider Italian as white people, then she's half Italian, a different ethnicity.
What's weird to me is people get so hung up on race, but they don't say anything about any of. They very rarely say anything about the other changes. Everybody's worried about the race swap, and not worried about Thomas and Martha being mentally ill, Thomas going to Falcone. Like, I would say Catwoman and Carmine being spoiler. Oh my god, I forgot to warn you guys. Spoilers just for 2 seconds. Falcone being her mother. Like, they get so caught up, our father, sorry, on the race swap. They don't talk about the other stuff. There's so many changes to the lore, and everyone gets caught up on that, and I don't understand why.
I want to comment on Ventus Vanita's comment where they said Italian is white. So here's the thing. I have Italian friends. Despite them being from Europe, one of them told me that, well, it also depends, moves her glasses, anime glasses, whatever. Like, if you're part of Sicily, it depends. Like, there's a place in Sicily where there were originally black people, and so that's where a lot of their ancestry is from, and blah, blah, blah,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, even comics are race-changing people now, and, it's such a weird thing. Like, again, they did with Catwoman. They made her half Cuban. They made her black. They made her half black Italian. Blah 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 blah. People would complain about that. When Jessica Cruz was whitewashed, nobody said anything.
Oh, or like on what is it? Teen Titans Go, Jinx, a black
yeah, I know
character.
Catwoman was created as a white character.
Like, she's not that new. She wasn't born yesterday. But like, nobody cares when it's Jinx. Nobody cares. Okay, so Thomas did in the beginning, but most people don't care about Aquaman. Most people don't care about Bane. I don't understand why there is such an issue, especially, like, I could understand if we're talking CW levels of bad, but that movie was, and I'm not going to say spoilers, I promise, phenomenal. Catwoman walked right out of a Darwin Cook comic book to a T, everything you want from year one, and a little bit of year zero and a little bit of ego. But I'm just saying, like, it was everything as a Catwoman fan, and I'll stand for Catwoman. I will stand for Catwoman. It was everything I wanted, and I was so happy with how it was done. And I haven't said that about any Catwoman, including Michelle Pfeiffer, because she was so, like, comedic about it.
She was white. She was whitewashed in, I believe it was one of the Rebirth titles that was written by Tim Seeley. I
There
looked at it.
Solstice, I think, was whitewashed too, the Indian character. And look at Ghost in a Shell. Like, you don't hear the complaint. If you hear complaints, it's people going, "Oh, they're complaining it's a white person." But you're complaining when it's a race swap. Stop.
I liked Black Clayman.
You liked what?
I liked Black Clayman.
Clayman
from the 2004 Batman animated series.
Clayface.
Sorry, thank you.
I was like, who's Clayman?
It's rather
Shelby said Asian or Arabic, or is it black? No. I think I don't have an issue with any. I just think Zoe did a great job. Like, I think that when it comes to, like, Ra's al Ghul, having Liam Neeson was a travesty. Like, he's okay. It just didn't feel like Ra's al Ghul to me. I don't know. Like, I only see one side of it. What's that?
I saw Shelby write Ghost in the Shell. Did somebody talk about Ghost in the Shell that I missed?
Yeah,
did you mention it?
I was talking about the Black Widow chick.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that was whitewashed. The stuff with The Last Airbender.
No, it wasn't whitewashed. It's correct.
That was totally whitewashed.
No. So, you saw the movie, right?
Parts of it. It was bad.
So, in the beginning, did they show her as a child?
I don't remember. It's been forever.
Gosh dang it, Tristan.
I'm sorry.
Because that was important. So, in the anime,
it's been like 4 years.
Her nationality is Japanese, right?
Mm-hmm.
Later, there was some sort of attack and an explosion or whatever. She lost her body. They asked if she wanted her body back. And she said no, because it's not my body. I can't feel, I can't do anything. It's not my body anymore. I'm not a person anymore. So they gave her a random European body. They still gave her the code name, Kusaba. Oh shoot. No, I can't forget the name.
It's oh my god, what is her name? Matoko Kusamojini, or
the last name is what I'll just say the major. So
Kusanagini. Kusanagi?
Was it Kusanagi?
Kusanagi, yes.
It was cool. So she was given a European body with European features. She is still Japanese on the inside, but the outside of her body is not Japanese.
Okay. I still think it should have gone Kusanagi. Okay, sorry guys. I couldn't remember. I don't know. I don't see why they wouldn't have given that to a Asian
Well, if she's
person
gonna
of
change her body
mind.
to European, what's the point of keeping her Japanese?
That's true. And I don't know, and I'll trust your
Makoto
opinion on it
Kusanagi,
because I
thank
don't
you.
know enough. I think you definitely dominate when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I'll
Well,
trust your opinion on it.
even if I didn't see the anime, I still watch people who have watched it and say, okay,
Right.
so here's what happened, here's the rundown, and then they show me pictures and anime clips and all that stuff, and I'm like, okay, I got it. I mean, I still plan to watch it. I'm just so not interested in it.
I understand. I totally get it.
The Last Airbender was whitewashed, and it was Indian washed.
Yeah, that I didn't watch it.
You
I know a
had
lot of
one
people are upset.
job. What the Fire Nation is Japanese. The freaking Water Tribe is how do you pronounce that? Inuit?
Inuit.
Inuit?
I'll bring Tava in while we're talking because we always talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll leave.
No, you're fine. Hi, Tava. Hello. Okay, welcome back to Tava. Maybe he's BRB. Inuit, I think. Robert,
Hey.
I'm gonna turn you down right away.
I know.
I think
Okay,
Karen
so-
is too skinny, Thomas. As much as I love the actress, I think she's too skinny. That's so mean.
You were mentioning the Avatar stuff. Main reason why all that race changing happened because one of the producers wanted his daughter to play Katara. So, and by if they wanted to get the movie made, had no choice, and so they had to work everything around that.
So what was your disagreement in the chat about?
Oh, it was about the color blindness stuff. I wanted to just more clarify that when I was saying that, I meant when I look at a person, I don't immediately see by their race, oh, they might be this and that. I, don't assume that much. That's what I meant by colorblind. That's all I wanted to say was that when I said it that way, I don't mean like I'm colorblind, like I don't take their race ever into account. I just don't go in with presumptions of that. Yeah, that's what I meant by colorblind when someone's colorblind. That's what I've heard the phrase being colorblind meaning. I didn't realize it was something else.
And I understand what you mean. I think it's sometimes hard to talk and get what you guys mean in the chat, right?
Right.
So like my issue is if you do like the I don't see color thing, then you don't allow for different human experiences. You don't allow for culture. You don't allow for what makes somebody different. You go in with nothing, but you also come out with nothing because you're not allowing that person of color to tell their story. And that's my issue. It's like,
oh, and I understand. I do completely understand.
No, I get what you mean. I didn't think you meant anything derogatory by it at all. I figured it was just a miscommunication. But the colorblind thing isn't necessarily racist. I wouldn't say that. That was the wrong choice of words earlier. I would just say it neglects to tell the full story.
Oh, and I completely understand. But I do think when the problem was people saying see color and all that stuff, unfortunately, some of the people who push that the hardest are the ones who want you to presume stuff about a person just by seeing it. Like you say, see someone as black, oh, just assume that they've been impoverished and all that. They're having a lot of people who have pushed it are the ones with that mindset.
Well, I definitely think there is a good majority of people on both extremes.
Yep, agree.
That claim they're not, when they say they don't see color, they claim they're not going in with, predetermined judgment, but they are. Like, and I'm not just saying the right. I'm not just saying that conservatives do that. I'm saying it's a problem on both sides. It's almost like a circle, right? You go too far left, you actually hit the right. You go too far right. Like, I think
what's called the horseshoe. The horseshoe.
Yes, and it's unfortunate, but it happens on both sides, and you have to be you have to just be really careful of not treating people not only like stereotypes, but
Oh yeah, of course.
like I always use this example that I had to be hit on the head with, right?
Mm-hmm.
I loved Wonder Woman Historia. That book was made for me. Kelly Sue DeConnick over and over said, I'm writing this for, I want everyone to read it, but I'm writing this for a woman, right? I'm writing this for a woman's perspective. And then I really went hard on the other history of the DC universe. But that book wasn't made for me. And I know, like, BJ Kicks was the one that really kind of opened my eyes to it. He loved that book. That book was made for him. Why did I have to be so shitty about it? Like, I was just like, let somebody else tell their story. Stop being shitty. And I kind of was hit over the face with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and again, I do completely understand. And like I said, I was just giving again.
Second Street?
What?
Second Street was back here. I don't see him. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just saying again. I completely understand. That's why I just want to come in and clarify my statement. That's all. With that, like I said, I don't even. I mean, I agree with most of what you're saying. All I was saying was that, yeah, that's how I go with what I meant by it. Nothing more, nothing less.
I figured. I figured. I didn't think you had any issue with it whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
So
this was more for figure drawing because he was assuming that about me. I was
no, I figured what you were saying. You didn't understand like the colorblind racism that he was talking about.
It was as far as I ever heard it was meaning you don't see someone as like make presumptions about a person. That's what I've heard colorblind meant. I never heard it the other way.
I totally get it. All right. I am going to bring Tava in.
I'll be leaving.
Thank you for stopping by, Robert.
No problem.
No problem. Bye. Bianca, you want to stay or go? I know you gotta. Bianca?
I'll go.
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
thanks,
I'm
Bianca.
writing.
And you've got. I know you've got your thing coming up.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys subscribe to Bianca. She's awesome.
I put it at 8:10 or 8:15, one of those. I'm still writing my interview questions, by the way, because I procrastinate.
It's so hard. I totally get it. All right. I will talk to you later, V.
All right. Bye.
Bye. You didn't listen to what I said. What are you saying? Do I agree with what?
Hello.
Type up what you're saying. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, hello, Deva. How are you?
Hey, Tristan. Yeah, I know I didn't see. Sorry, I watched a movie.
Oh, you're totally fine. That's why I just left you backstage so when you came back I could get you in.
Yeah.
The characters I like just happen to be white. Congratulations. Is that what you're saying?
That's
the characters fine. I like just happen to be female a lot of time.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you want me to read. I definitely think you are trying to start.
Like black.
Okay, go ahead, Tava. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay. I thought you were talking about this stuff at the time. I disagree on that stuff. Shit, the thing about that nonsense. That's what my main problem is now I think with the weight change stuff. That is the problem, but that's not my main issue with that nonsense. Is that it's more about the character himself. It actually does a good job. I'm all for it. However, there's some characters that they're not near which that's with the government show. As you know, that show's coming out. Let's see, not this year, but.
Oh yeah, Gotham Knight. I think it's coming in October. I thought.
Yeah.
That could be wrong.
The game coming out. I'm looking forward to that game.
However, that's the game. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. However, the CW on the other hand, they're making their own government show, and I learned to information about that. And it infuriated me. One, the June Kelly argument, but they. I was listening to it. Have a cut. Which had to do with, to a block away, which, look, I decided I'm not going to the actor, I don't care about Lady, but giving the people my Batwoman, that's the kind of problem. Also, I did hear recently that they're going to have to make a new character who's been adopted son, who's not Nightwing. What?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Tally or something.
Yeah, something like that.
This is the only thing I can say about that is like, I don't know how much of the CW watch, but when you go into the CW, you gotta take it with like a grain of salt, right? You know it's not gonna be
Yeah.
great anyway.
I get it.
So it's like the girl's cute. I seen a picture of her. She's super
Same.
cute. She's 16 years old. She's about the right age. Give
Yep.
her a chance. If you don't like it, then
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine.
I
But,
am
like,
going to get the actor chance. Hang on, I'm trying to screen share.
oh yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I never get the cast, and I said I think they can do a okay job. I
Yeah,
think
look
it's
at
well-
Duella. She's perfect. You know
Yeah,
what?
she
And
looks great.
it's silly, but I don't like the CW, but I want to see Duella. I do.
Same. Yeah, Joker daughter.
I love her. She's one of my favorite underutilized characters.
Yeah, speaking of but the question is, which Joker daughter are they going? Are they going with New 52 nonsense from 2014, which was bad?
Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't like it?
I not like New 52.
Was that right after? Was that the one right after Endgame, or is that the other one?
No, this just right at the Forever Evil. Well, Join Forever Evil.
Okay. I do prefer the other one, but I think I'll give it a chance just because I like the characters.
I'm more a fan of the pre-crisis, well, post-crisis version. Hang on, let's see if I got that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I wish they would go with like the Bombshells look. Do you remember how she looked in Bombshells? I would love to see that.
Yeah, she's on Earth 3. She looks almost cute in this version. Like, God, she looks so unsexy and badass. Why can't I have this version? This version looks amazing. Not this one, which is what the fuck.
I mean, she's Joker's daughter. You gotta expect a little bit of crazy, but like,
true,
I would go into watching this show with low expectations. Just don't expect anything, and then maybe you'll be surprised.
And since Batwoman, yeah, this is a disaster. However, what is it a bigger one? Look at the ton of hate character. Let me get it straight. So, apparently, despite the murder of his biological parents, Turner remained resilient during the burning of Dr. Father's name, while charming so during quite for cutting the word privilege. Wait, so instead of Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, or Jane Todd, or Dan Wayne, you're going to bring a young character? Why?
Hey, did they say escaping his privilege?
Yes.
Okay. Yep, CW. That's CW for you.
Yeah,
like, even I'm a lot further left than a lot of people, but I find that a little cringy. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can do a story on privilege and not, but you just don't put that in the synopsis. Come on.
Yeah, this is so stupid. And I think they took Duke Thomas' backstory and it made their own character, kind of do Batwoman.
Give it time.
Finally,
The merger
we get
just
a
went
Terry.
through.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I say give it time. They're selling the CW. The merger just went through. There's going to be a lot more good content, like what we got from. I know you like Young Justice and Doom Patrol. So I say, in time we can have more good things for DC, like Peacemaker. Peacemaker was
Superman Lord, and
love,
Stargirl, and Doom Patrol, all amazing. I love those shows.
Absolutely.
Oh, even Young Justice. I love Young Justice amazing.
Yes.
Perfection.
I know I love Cheshire and everybody's been telling me to watch it. So, all right, Tava, thank you so much. I'm going to bring Shelby. I got 2 more people in and then we're going to wrap up.
Yeah, I do one more thing I do with, sorry to interrupt, but there's one more thing I do with talking about DC Con 9 Victor stuff. I didn't do it. I didn't want to talk about that episode because that Invicted stuff, I mean, I agree 100% on that one because they're not Invicted. Like, we don't want to have them because of the merger. And I don't. Why people have to think about that?
What do you mean?
Oh, these kind of ridiculous stuff. Like I'm confused about that.
Oh, well, the merger just got approved and it went through. It's likely we'll see a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And just go into this merger knowing you're gonna hear a lot of people scream the end of the world, and it's not true.
Yeah, I suspect that from the very beginning.
Like, I suspect we'll see those just like with DC being evicted. No, they weren't.
No, they
Like,
weren't.
no, they weren't. But you can try. And I've gotten so many comments in the last 24 hours about Son of Kal-El dropping out of the
The
top
top
50.
50. Yeah,
Well, when I
mean, I'll read about that too.
when I do my Thursday, I'm gonna go over numbers, and it's only at 56. It's higher than it was for number 2, 3, and 4. Like, it's okay, guys. It's not a win. I like the book. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to come to my channel and tell me how it's doing. Don't you think I know? I go through over numbers every single month with on my live streams. Come on now.
I agree.
I like it. I at first I was very hesitant about it. And now this last issue sold me. I like it.
Yeah. I may have made problem with that series, believe me. I'm still pissed off with the garbage and Disagreement nonsense. I don't mean that cosplay who wrote the cover Disagreement, he has an excellent job. Even though I mean hate that character, I will give it a tail. He's trying to address some mistake with Bendis. He's trying. At least he's trying to address the Bendis nonsense as best he can.
Yeah.
For better, for worse.
Yep. And once we see what this Dark Crisis brings, I think there's definitely gonna be a lot. It's gonna be give it I don't know, a few months into the Dark Crisis. We'll see a change, I think. I'm hoping.
I'm hoping
But thank you so much, Tava. I'm actually gonna bring in Second Street Marvel because he hasn't been in yet. So I will talk to you later. Bye. Thank you. Holy crap. Hello.
How are you doing?
I am doing good. How are you?
Good. I'm you know what? Here, let me see. I'm not sure what happened here. Some settings got switched. All right. No, that's not it. That's it. Right there. Okay. I think everything went all crazy. Everything went all crazy. No. There we go.
Now you're a robot.
There we go. I think I got it. Are we good now?
We're good.
We're good. Okay. Sorry, I've never used Restream before, and then I'm sitting here trying to go through the settings to get my camera right. I don't know, for some reason it was on the computer camera, but
gotcha.
So
disagreement.
Disagreements. You know, I think the biggest disagreement is I disagree with how you've become just like this huge SJW over the last
I know, right?
show of your channel, and it's terrible. It's terrible.
I know. I'm super mean now, and all I say is mean thing. You know what's weird about it is like I don't think I've evolved in a bad way. I think I've tried to be nicer about things, and people just fucking hate it. I'm like, I'm sorry that I'm not saying what you want me to say, but these, just like you have them, we all have opinions. They're like assholes, right? Like, come on now.
It's pointless to try to be nice about it. I mean, you know, there's, like I said, there's several things I would say that I kind of disagree with you about, and I mean, I guess some of it gets into that, but I think the biggest thing is like kind of what you're have been talking about, what a lot of people have been talking about lately. But one of the things, like you always talk about, is get off Twitter.
Yes, I do.
And
I seen you made that video. I was like, did I piss him off?
No, while I will say, I won't ever say that people certainly shouldn't spend more time online than they already do. I mean, most people need to cut back. But I think
for sure. I know I do myself.
Right. And the thing is, like, I don't think it's necessarily Twitter and the drama that's the thing. Is like some people spend way too much time on it, And the other thing that I would say is people need to be open to having actual conversations and not just, you got a block list a mile long or anything like that. Like
For
blocking
sure.
isn't anything that I even really do. I could probably show you my block list right now. There's probably not anybody on there at all. You know what? Except for I did block a few like T-Mobile sites and stuff like that. Tired of those ads. Sick of them.
Yeah, I
But
think that's better advice, just to dial back your internet time, just because like you'll feel crazy like if you're always looking for something. My issue, I think, has become a lot of, I think a better way to describe me than a SJW is like a fangirl. I love DC. I love comics. I love being into them. I love the culture around it. I love the people. And I think it bugs me to a point where I shouldn't let it bug me when all I see is doom and gloom. And I think that's where I was
right.
kind of like, no, like they're not going to stop printing comics in June. The world's not over. Chill the fuck out and read your book. And a lot of times I
Right.
came to find out that most of them are not reading anything that say this stuff.
Mhm. Right. And the other thing is like there's so many people that talk about comic books these days that don't even read comic books, aren't really into them. And I'm
Yeah,
not gonna say like they've probably never been or anything like that. But that's certainly the case. But I mean, I guess kind of getting like you even kind of stepped in a little bit more there too, that I didn't really want to get into as well about the SJW thing as well. But getting back to like the get off Twitter thing, I think people need to be more open to having actual conversations unless they're just on the internet. I mean, plenty of people get on Twitter just to troll people. I mean,
right,
there's,
right,
it doesn't matter if you're actually out there just being a troll and trolling people or being a stan account and trolling people that way. It's no different. There's plenty of that going on out there, but I think people need to realize obviously there's that and you could just ignore that anyway, but having actual conversations. And sure, it's kind of hard to have on Twitter, let alone Facebook or anything. Like I won't even get on Facebook anymore. I
right.
I get on Twitter, and I'm like honestly, to me, Twitter is way better. And maybe because it's not my friends that are the idiots that I'm scrolling and reading their stuff. And not that most of my friends ever posted stupid shit, but that would probably be me mostly, just because on there, on my Facebook, I'm a complete smartass and everything with my friends. But they know me, so. But I think more people need to be open to having the actual conversations. And the thing is, like, you see people always doing this thing where, like, oh, we want to have conversations, but they don't really. And
Right.
it's the side thing, like you said, in another disagreement when you were saying, yes, I think it was yesterday in your stream about, if you're a Lucas fan, you're going to come in here and say that he won. If you're a Ripper fan, you're going to come in here and say that he won, and all this and that. And the thing is, like, for me, it's not even about that. Like, me, when I couldn't even watch that whole stream. I watched some of it. I came back hours later and it was the same thing. It
The
sounded
same,
like
it was like, I
it just
understand what you're saying, but this is what I'm saying. I
well
understand. Like it was just
to
round
me
in circles.
it sounded like an argument of semantics.
Yes.
It just sounded like an argument of semantics. It's like it's really going nowhere. There's no point to this. And that's kind of it. So many things on the internet these days come down to that. It's just arguing semantics, and it's like, does it really matter? Can you just lighten up and just say, hey, you think Steve Rogers Captain America is the best, and you don't like Sam Wilson Captain America? Well, you're wrong, and you can just leave it at that. It's okay.
Yeah. Agree to disagree. And
Like,
I think I even like, I think people also have to learn to take others' perspectives into account, because sometimes I don't understand why people like this or like that. And I'm like, that's so bad.
right.
But like, I'm reading a book from a female perspective. That is going to be different. Like, I love, and I know this is like a hot take, but Teenie Howard on Catwoman, I have been loving. And I have not heard another single person say that. I'm coming at it
Hmm,
from a female perspective.
right.
Son of Kal-El, like those sweet moments to me, I'm a girl. I'm going
Right.
to like it. So we're all coming at it from a different perspective. So if to have that conversation, you're going to be able to understand where
Right.
they're
And
coming from. And I think a lot of times people just dismiss that. And I think
Right.
that's a shame.
Absolutely. I mean, different people's viewpoints. And that kind of gets us into the SJW territory, which, I mean, how would you define an SJW?
Somebody that doesn't agree with the anti-SJWs. Same with the Nazis, somebody that doesn't agree with them. Like, it's just, right now, it's a nonsensical word. And I don't even think that social justice is a bad thing. I think an SJW technically at this point would be somebody that wants to go in and ruin your life over your opinions. And I think
And
that's fucked up. But I
I
don't,
think we're getting a little more there.
yeah. And,
Yeah.
and I think like there definitely are those type of people out there. And that's why I say avoiding them, be getting off Twitter. That's where I come from. Because
Right.
if you don't have
And
those nasty tweets from 3 years ago, then you don't have nothing to worry about.
right. Well, and here's my thing, like when it comes to that, because I've gone through trying to figure this out, because like, SJW, I mean, and most people hear the word and that, like, because I don't know, like they think, what do you think when you think social justice for? People are like, oh, I'm all for social justice, like that's all good, but that's not what it is, right? They just hear the word like,
No,
oh
it's
yeah, of
not.
course I am. I believe all people are equal and all this and that, like that's not what it is. Like if you take all those words separately, and sure, like social justice, sure, there's nothing wrong with that, and yeah, I would say that's a good thing. But the thing I've noticed when it comes to an actual social justice warrior would be somebody who is pretty much intolerant of other people's
Yes.
opinions,
Oh,
and that's
true
ultimately what it comes down
fascist.
to. And I think that goes for and that's why you got the SJWs and the anti-SJWs, is because both of these factions of people are, I would say, are intolerant to others' opinions. You just don't want to hear it. They're wrong, and that's it. There's no conversation to be had there. And I would say that's the difference there, because most people I've seen and talked to are like, oh yeah, I'm an SJW. I'm like, I've seen you and interacted with you and stuff. You're just like a normal person.
Right.
Like being an SJW doesn't mean I'm not a piece of shit. It means that I'm intolerant to other people's opinions.
Yes.
But I
Yeah.
would say largely that's what it is. And I think it's funny because like the thing is, like, I could come up with plenty of examples and throw names out there of people who match exactly that definition. Um here on YouTube. But
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not here for all that. I'm not here for all that.
Right. No, I
Um
totally get it.
and I think that's the thing, is like that's the biggest thing, and that's is the intolerance to people's opinions. Um when it comes to all this stuff, and it gets to that point even in all the fandoms altogether, whether it's just the opinions about movies, like you can see people's opinions about the Batman before we even bring up the RK Outpost thing or anything like
Oh
that.
my God.
But
I'll stand for the Batman every day of the week.
I thought it was a pretty good movie. But the thing is, like I seriously get sick of this every, like I just want to scream every single time. Like I'm eye rolling every single time a new movie comes out. Every single new comic book Wednesday. Every single thing, I'm like, here we go again.
Yeah.
What is it this week? And it's because the Batman comes out. And what is it? Everybody, you like it, you hate it, people in between. But the thing is, like, everybody, like, I don't get why you don't like it. And like everybody gets in this whole defensive mode about everything. And it's like, why do you care so much about what my opinion is about the movie?
Right.
I didn't like it, or I did like it. Why do you care so much to get online and make videos about me or this guy or that guy or whoever else, or get on Twitter and be all upset about, like, why do you care so much about
Jeffrey Thorne said it perfectly, because it's not about the art, it's about the fight. I appreciate the art. I
Exactly.
don't want the fight. Unfortunately, sometimes people bring it here, but that's why I try to make sure I do my top books of the week. That's why I try to make sure I do a review every week. Like, these are things I'm passionate about. If you don't
Right.
like them, that's okay. But why? Like, I wasn't kidding earlier when I said I had a bunch of people telling me that Son of Kal-El dropped out of the top 50. it was comment after comment. I'm like, guys, it's okay. That doesn't change my view on it. I thought
Right.
this issue was great. It was drawn by Bruno Redondo. It was amazing. Like, he's amazing. And I'm gonna still enjoy it. Your words on here aren't gonna stop me from enjoying the art. And I think that's a shame when you want to take someone's joy away. I don't like
Right.
that.
And I feel like that's a lot of what's going on with all of this stuff, though. In the first place, is everybody just seems to be intolerant of others' views, and even when it's not that they're intolerant, you find people sitting around like I've even seen people on Twitter like trying to understand, like I'm just trying to understand what people do or don't like about this movie, and it's like this way with like every time a new MCU movie comes out, every time a new DC movie comes out, it's like the same old thing. It's like Star Wars movie comes out. It's every single time, every single time. It's like,
I'm pretty sure Kathleen Kennedy was fired every single week this year.
right.
Like, pretty sure. It's just like, oh my goodness. All right, I got to wrap up, Trinity. I got to get going, but I want to thank you so much for coming on. You need to shoot me an email. I would love to have you on sometime. But thank you
Yeah,
guys
for sure.
all for coming by. I apologize to Thomas and Shelby, but I got to get going. We will see you guys later. Bye-bye.